Imagine a coastline jagged with limestone cliffs, dropping sharply into the deep, azure waters of the Adriatic Sea. It is the Iron Age. The wind carries the scent of salt and pine, and across the horizon, fast, maneuverable ships with sleek, low profiles cut through the waves. These are the Lembi and Liburni, the feared vessels of a people who commanded the sea and the rugged hinterlands behind it. To the ancient Greeks, they were a mystery, a wild, untamed force living on the fringes of the known world. To the Romans, they were a relentless obstacle, a nation of savages who dared to challenge the might of the Republic. But to themselves, they were a collection of proud, independent tribes, bound by blood, battle, and a shared connection to the land. Some historians even suggest that the very name Illyrian meant free people, a declaration that no one should rule them. Welcome to Illyrians. I am your host, and today, we begin our journey into the forgotten world of the ancient Balkans. In this first episode, we ask the fundamental question: who were the Illyrians? The story of the Illyrians begins not with a single unified empire, but with a tapestry of distinct tribes spread across a vast territory. If you were to draw a map of the ancient Illyrian world, it would encompass modern-day Albania, Montenegro, Kosovo, much of Croatia and Bosnia and Herzegovina, stretching into Serbia and Slovenia. From the shores of the Adriatic Sea in the west to the Morava River in the east, this was a land of staggering geographic diversity, and the people who inhabited it were just as varied. The very name Illyrian is shrouded in myth and linguistics. The ancient Greeks, who first recorded encounters with these northern neighbors around the 6th century BC, likely encountered a single tribe, perhaps the Illyrioi, and applied the name to all the peoples of the region who shared similar customs and languages. It was a classic case of an outsider's label. But where does the word come from? Some linguists trace the root of Illyrian back to the Proto-Indo-European word for water or aquatic, specifically translating to water snake. This aquatic connection is not a coincidence. The Illyrians were intimately tied to the rivers, lakes, and seas of their homeland. Another prominent tribe, the Illyrii, bore a name that translates directly to eel people. In their mythology, the serpent was a powerful totem, a symbol of the earth, water, and the underworld, deeply woven into their spiritual life. To understand the Illyrians, we must look past the biased accounts of their enemies. Greek and Roman historians often painted them with a broad brush, describing them as bloodthirsty, unpredictable, and turbulent. The historian Livy famously called them a nation of savages, noted for their piracy. But archaeology tells a richer, more complex story. The Illyrians were master shipbuilders. Their fast, maneuverable ships were so effective that the Romans eventually copied their designs for their own navy, calling them Liburnian warships after the Illyrian tribe that invented them. They were skilled metallurgists, utilizing the region's rich deposits of iron, copper, gold, and silver to craft intricate bronze torques, oversized glass necklaces, and formidable weapons like the sika, a curved short sword that became a symbol of Illyrian warfare. Their society was ruled by warrior elites, men and women who rose to power through strength, cunning, and superiority in battle. Yes, women too. Unlike many of their Mediterranean contemporaries, Illyrian women could hold immense power. Perhaps the most famous figure in Illyrian history is Queen Tuda, who assumed the throne in the 3rd century BC. Under her rule, Illyrian fleets dominated the Adriatic, striking fear into the hearts of Roman merchants and sparking the First Illyrian War. She was a ruler who looked Rome in the eye and refused to blink, earning her the modern nickname, the Catherine the Great of Illyria. Before Tuda, the Illyrian kingdom reached its zenith under King Bardilus in the 4th century BC. His name translates to White Star, and he united the kingdoms of Illyria, Molossia, Epirus, and a significant part of Macedonia. The capital of this kingdom was Shkodra, a city that remains a major center in northern Albania today. The earliest known king, King Hillis, who died around 1225 BC, also bore a name that translates to star in modern Albanian. But the Illyrians were not just warriors and